How's it going, dudes? And welcome back to DYSCHRONIA. And I do not remember what we were supposed to do. I guess for now, just look around. There's more broken stuff over here. Talk to you.
Scan in progress.
Doesn't really seem like anything else. Oh wait, can I go into the room now?
The scan of the crime scene is complete.
There we go.
Hal, the betas are waiting! Let's go!
Gotcha. Oh yeah, the door's completely closed now.
Here's the investigation report for you.
Yeah!
Oh, I can move. What the? I can't move.
Her name was Ivy Clover! Looks
Oh,
like
we
they
knew that
managed to
already.
find her background details. The data's all classified, though.
Why?
No idea, mister. Apparently, they're not giving us access because it's not directly related to the case.
How did they know that? It could be.
She isn't a Kairos host, mister. Which means we don't have an exact time of death.
Well, that sucks.
The best guess is that she died between 9 and 11. Looks like it was from a chest wound.
No,
Between
duh.
9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. That's when Keith was down in the lounge.
You're right. And we got here around 10:30.
So it can't be it can't be 11 because since we got here at 10:30, the suspect would have probably would have been on his way out.
Which means the incident happened before we arrived.
Yes.
So this section's about the room itself.
Looks like the Bureau's been using this room for surveillance.
Yeah, we know that one. We know
What do you
that
mean?
part already.
The idea is that the suspicious outsiders get assigned the guest room opposite this one. That way, the Bureau can keep an eye on them from this room.
Oh.
Apparently,
Was it
Ash
that
has
one or
been in
that
charge
one?
the whole time.
So it won't be a surprise if we find any traces of Ash inside then.
Yeah.
But it's weird that he'd leave those classified files lying all over the place.
What was Ash doing in there? And why would he have kept it a secret from us?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll figure it out when we take a look around.
You bet.
Yeah. No time like the present. Let's head in.
Let's go. Oh.
Let's check out the body hologram first.
Got it.
We spotted this tag outside the professor's house. How did she get a hold of it again? Maybe Ash gave it back to her? She died from a gunshot wound to the chest. Judging from the hologram, I'd say the killer used a conventional projectile weapon. The question is, Who would have access to a weapon like that here in the city?
There's only two people I can think of. That it? No.
The wound on her head. It doesn't look like it was fatal to me. The likelihood is that she sustained a concussion and couldn't move. I'm pretty sure that lines up with the memory I saw in the gun. I'd be willing to bet that she couldn't fight back because of that head injury.
Yeah.
I need to figure out exactly what happened when they were killed.
Anything else? How about a gun?
If you look closely, this gun has the QI Research Institute logo on it.
Is that it?
The energy reserves are fully depleted. I don't get it. Where did the energy pack go?
That's it.
How? What's wrong?
Something about this doesn't sit right with me. In the memory I saw, she tried to defend herself with her gun.
You did?
It doesn't make sense that she'd remove the energy pack on purpose.
Do you think the killer did it?
Most likely.
I don't know. Lily, the energy pack might be here in the room somewhere. Let's take a look around. What's this?
Looks like the trunk Ash brought here.
I think it's locked.
What was it Keith said? Take a good look at the top of the trunk.
Oh. That like a secret. Huh. Yeah. Oh, guess look what I found. I don't really think I see anything else.
What's this? Bombardment? Outside the dome? It's no use. I can't hear a thing. Is this connected to the outside city networks? Let's make a record of the transmission log.
Okay, I guess that was good. I'll check that. That's obviously about the energy compartment, but I should check it out last. Okay, so that's the clock cut hour key. We have the black one, which means she would have the gold one.
Just as I thought. A list of missing persons from 12 years ago. What was Ash
She's
doing
on
with
it.
this?
Looks like she was on it. I want to go here because. Oh, hello.
Ash. A lead bullet. It looks like the one Ash kept hold of.
But we can't go into the past with it.
It looks just like the case Ash found in the port area when we were kids. Nothing inside it, though. Where'd the gun go?
Well, let's find out. It'll let me. Can you hurry up so I can do this?
It looks just like the case Ash found. Where?
Now let's do the past. Oh, it's going this way.
This looks about right. I think. I've got to show Hal one of these days. I'll bet he'll freak out.
I bet he will. He managed to put it back together. The thing is, that does not make him the killer.
Cause of death. Gunshot wound to the chest, leading to hemorrhagic shock. If only we'd gotten here sooner. We might have been able to save her.
We might still be able to.
According to the scan, the blood here belongs to the victim. This must have been from the head injury.
Alright, I think that's everything. Oops. Visual data.
Ah, here it is. This must be Irie's energy pack.
Yep.
What's it doing in the trunk, though?
Good question. Can we...
Looks like I can use this to access the past.
I've got to do something. It's now or never.
We hesitated.
There's no way I could leave this lying around.
So Ash... Oh, I think I get it. After what happened with Hal,
Sorry,
he
Irie.
hit it.
It's all because of this thing right here.
I think I understand. Because of what happened with
So it
Hal.
was Ash that hit
and
the
yes, I know
energy
I'm
pack.
reintegrating myself. He hit the energy pack so she couldn't hurt him and hurt Hal anymore. But inadvertently got her killed.
And he stole the
I
clock
don't
tower
think-
key.
I don't think Ash was the one who did this.
What on earth was he up to? Ash. It felt like he hesitated before hiding the energy pack. Maybe I can influence his actions at that exact moment.
That might save her life.
Nothing.
We've finished searching the crime scene, but there's so much to think about. Send a report to the Bureau.
I guess. It won't let me turn around.
There! We finished our search.
Why did she do a dance?
Yeah.
Hal, what's going on in that head of yours?
Lily, what do you think Ash was doing here? Why was he covering for Irie? And why did he steal the clock tower key? None of it makes any sense. The more I think about it, the more I realize how little I know about him.
Hey, what's that face for, mister? Ash is hiding so much from us.
I know.
I'm real mad, mister.
Why?
See
though?
that?
You're allowed to be mad too, you know? How dare he keep secrets from us? Once we wrap up the case, I'm gonna give him such a huge lecture, he won't know what hit him. If only he'd told us what he's been up to before this happened, I would have stopped him.
Same here. I wish wish I could have done something to keep him out of this mess. I might still have a chance. All I need is the gun and the energy pack.
Lily, Irie's gun is being stored at the Bureau, right?
Yep. Can't leave stuff like that lying around. It was moved to the Bureau for safekeeping.
If that's the
Right.
case,
What?
Elaine.
Are you ready to reconstruct the crime scene?
well, we finished our search.
I knew I could count on you.
Elaine, there's something I wanted to ask you.
Where's the gun?
Do you happen to know where the victim's weapon is?
It's here at the Bureau. I'm holding on to it until we decide what to do with it.
Do you think I could take another look at it?
Why? The holographic reconstruction should be all you need.
It's just, I kind of wanted to feel it in my hands.
I didn't take you for a gun enthusiast. Ash, I could understand. But sure, one condition. It'll have to wait until you finish the reconstruction. Head to the tribunal once you're ready.
Got it.
I grab this first off.
Looks like I can use this to access the path.
Wait, can I actually just... Because the only reason I'm doing this is
I've
because
gotta
Ash
do
does
something.
hesitate.
It's now or never.
Maybe we can prevent him from hiding it.
I'll leave this here, just in case. Sorry, Irie. It's all because of this thing right here.
Yeah, so that made us change the past. But does that
I
change her
couldn't do
fate?
anything back then. I should be able to stop her from getting killed now.
Okay, now that I changed that, now when I go back with the gun, should be able to load it up. Fortunately, I do have to do a reconstruction, but before we go there is this. Yeah, we still have to... Wait, what is this? Head wound. No. Oh,
Excuse me.
okay, come on. It's at 87%. A lot higher than the last one, which was 84. I was missing some stuff. Huh. Chest wound would be... No, not that. Yeah, this.
No idea.
Okay. I'm finishing bureau data. The... This? Yeah. Okay, that's... I think it's just these two left. The culvert escape route. Oh, I did that. No? Missing energy. There we go.
Ah.
What percentage is it now? 92. Still missing something here. Oops. Not meaning to do that. No. Bathroom, culprit, escape route. Wish there was multiple pages. No. No. EMP weapon probably fit. No. Right. We got like 90%. Let's head out. Head back to the bureau. Oh, my bad. I'll not head to the bureau, to the tribunal. It's right in front of me. I find it interesting she's standing right in front of me. Or facing my direction.
You don't look too happy, Hal.
Aren't you worried about Ash?
Of course I am. But right now we need to focus on the threat to the city. It isn't safe for us outside the dome, and we don't have enough time to get all the sleeping residents to safety. Our only choice is to save the city. Okay, time to go.
Special Supervisor Hal Sion. Identification code confirmed. This private trial will commence shortly.
Private trial. So it's not public this time. Guess they learned their lesson from the first one. Who's that supposed to be? Oh,
This
I'm guessing
is a
nobody.
private trial.
Oh, Keith.
All information disclosed during these proceedings is strictly confidential. Additionally, witness Keith Tozaki will be privy to the contents of this trial. Conditions in augmented dreaming continue to worsen. If news of the incident were to go public, further mental contamination would be unavoidable. Supervisor Sion, you are in charge of this case. Present your findings and indict the culprit immediately.
Start by
Dang it,
making your
everything
case
points
report.
to Ash.
The victim's name is Irie Clover. It appears she was a researcher at the Quantum Interference Research Institute. At 10:30 this morning, she was discovered dead in one of the hotel guest rooms. The scan of the body indicates the cause of death as hemorrhagic shock. Next, I'd like to discuss 4 suspicious details on the guest floor where the murder took place.
Right.
Go on.
Allow me to go over
itchy.
what we found during our investigation. First, there was Mr. Tozaki's ransacked room. The alarm issued from the staff room. The room the murder took place in.
The darkened corridor.
We need to establish exactly what happened at each of these locations. Time to submit our findings.
Right.
What did you find in Mr. Tozaki's room that relates to the incident?
Let go of it.
The stolen property.
What took place in the staff room?
That's where the service drone was attacked.
What did you find in the room that was connected to the incident?
Right. Let go of that. This is behind the... Oh, I don't want to incriminate Ash just yet. Weapon used in the murder.
The weapon used in the murder.
And
The implement used to bludgeon the victim.
I wonder how the culprit escaped.
no. That means this one goes there.
They destroyed the security drone. We need to consider the culprit's escape route.
Right.
That concludes my overview of the suspicious details found at the scene. Based on that, we can reconstruct the murder itself.
Justicius doesn't seem convinced.
Based on this information, your reconstruction has a 71.6% plausibility rating. Unacceptable.
What?
Supervisor Sion, what are we to do with these fragments you offer? You must supplement your findings in the reconstruction space.
Understood.
Initiating crime scene reconstruction.
Okay, here we go. And this time I didn't.
To enter the reconstruction space, mister.
And this time I did not slam my hand on my desk. Okay.
This is the hotel. The reconstruction is based on the whole floor, 30 minutes before the estimated time of death. Allow me to retrace the culprit's actions at the time of the incident. Here goes.
Alright. But since there's no culprit.
At this point in time, 30 minutes before the incident, there are two people on the floor.
Right.
Keith Tozaki, who'd returned to the hotel and was under constant surveillance. And the victim, Irie Clover.
Right.
She'd been hiding in the room the murder took place in.
Okay.
Routine cleaning of the guest floor began. At this point, Mr. Tozaki moved to the lounge.
And apparently not long after, the culprit appeared.
Arrived on the scene just as Keith left the guest floor.
But
Judging from their lack of hesitation, my assumption is that the culprit knew the victim was staying at the hotel. The guest floor is patrolled by 2 drones. To succeed, the culprit needed to distract them. How did the culprit manage that and make it to the victim's room? Allow me to demonstrate.
And in we go.
"10 a.m. The culprit arrives on the guest floor. Let's trace their movements."
Went this way to Keith's room.
Guest room 201. Cleaning complete.
At this point, a service drone left Mr. Tozaki's room after finishing cleaning.
Is it playing music?
They then entered the staff room opposite. The culprit seized the opportunity and broke into Mr. Tozaki's room.
I guess technically, yeah.
There are 2 drones patrolling the floor. It would be impossible to evade both drones and reach the crime scene, which is why the perpetrator stole something from this room and destroyed the service drone. The culprit stole. Time to show them what the culprit took from this room.
Sorry, Keith.
At this point, the trunk was locked. However, the culprit quickly opened the trunk and checked the contents. They then proceeded to steal one of the items they found inside. Right. Time to pick up the item they used to destroy the service drone. The weapon the culprit stole from Mr. Tozaki's room was the EMP weapon capable of disabling a drone.
That lines up with the service drone's log data.
That's how the culprit ransacked Mr. Tozaki's room and got their hands on a weapon.
Looks like a mini railgun.
At this point, the culprit left the room with the item they stole.
Yeah. But you have to keep holding this. No.
Then, after heading out into the corridor, the culprit spotted the service drone entering the staff room again. At this point, they had to make a snap decision. Follow the service drone into the staff room, or head to the scene of the crime. Time to reconstruct the culprit's actions.
Oh, he had to go here. Dang.
The culprit followed the service drone into the staff room. Once inside, they proceeded to destroy the drone. What did they use to accomplish this? The weapon they stole from Mr. Tozaki's room.
Which makes sense. Okay, that was kind of hard. Even
The
there
culprit
was
disabled
a
the drone
dot
using
sight.
the EMP weapon they brought with them.
There wasn't even a laser dot sight.
I think you're onto something here. It makes sense they'd use that to knock out the drone.
Now you've seen how the culprit disabled one of the drones patrolling the floor.
Abnormality detected in patrol matrix. Alert level 1. Initiating analysis of affected zone.
When the service drone was destroyed, the alert level for the entire floor was raised. The culprit then picked up the service drone's arm before any other drones arrived. From there, they made their way to the crime scene. The security drone headed to the staff room to check on the status of the broken service drone. With the coast clear, the culprit moved along the corridor at the rear of the floor.
Yep, and going up.
They avoided the security drone and headed to the room where the victim was.
This is taking a while.
That's how they reached the room where the incident later took place. They then pressed the intercom button to lure the victim to the door. Hearing the intercom, the victim hurried to the door and opened it. In that moment, the culprit
smacked her upside the head.
Hit the victim on the head with the arm from the service drone. This is how the culprit gained access to the room victim Irie Clover had been hiding in.
He also dropped it, apparently. Apparently he didn't need it. Or they didn't need it.
This room was being used by Supervisor Ash Shepard as part of his surveillance duties. The victim was spotted near the entrance to the clock tower the morning it rang out. I've personally seen her with what appeared to be a clock tower key. My hypothesis is the culprit attacked her in order to obtain the key. Given the state of the room, it's clear the culprit was looking for something specific.
Yes. That's probably it.
When searching the room, the culprit came across the projectile weapon.
Huge.
At this point, they noticed Miss Clover was beginning to regain consciousness. Before fleeing the room, the culprit turned the weapon on the victim. Here, the culprit aimed the weapon at the left side of the victim's chest and pulled the trigger. This was the fatal wound.
Your account
could've
matches
said
up
that.
with the scan data from the corpse, Hal.
That concludes my account of how the victim was killed in the hotel guest room. The culprit then fled the scene of the crime.
And out we go.
When the culprit stepped into the corridor, the beta who overheard the sound of gunfire from the room came to investigate.
Abnormality detected. Eliminating target.
As the beta prepared to attack, the culprit... This is it. Killed the beta with the projectile weapon they were carrying.
Okay,
The
that's
impact
a little
sent the beta
off.
shot off course, destroying the device on the ceiling.
Ah, so that's how it happened.
And that shows you how the culprit avoided the drone's attack.
Abnormality detected in this sector. Releasing staff room door lock.
The culprit then
Emergency
proceeded to
staircase
evade
now
security and make their way to the elevator.
Issuing evacuation order.
Right after that is when we arrived on the scene.
Immediately.
We didn't run into the culprit, though. Which begs the question,
Releasing staff
how did they
room
escape
door
from the
lock.
guest floor?
Emergency staircase
I
now
need to try and retrace their escape route.
Evacuation order. Please leave the floor immediately.
The only viable conclusion would be the emergency exit.
The culprit entered the staff room, which was open when the evacuation alert went out, and left the building via the emergency exit.
Which would be the only conclusion we can come up with. Why we
The
don't see
culprit
them.
then fled the hotel. A little while after that, I arrived. I was with Mr. Tozaki, who was back at the hotel and under surveillance when we found the body. That concludes my account based on the findings of my investigation.
Oh. Sorry, controller's vibrating.
The victim, Irie Clover. She was killed by someone who wanted to steal her clock tower key. I have reason to believe the culprit is still out there, on the run.
100%. Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
truly
great job.
impressive reconstruction. Every element of your argument was interlinked and well supported. I have no doubt your reconstruction is as close to the truth as we can hope to get. I hereby accept your findings. Very well, Supervisor Sion. All that remains is for you to indict the suspect.
Right. Whoever that might be.
How?
The culprit is...
I don't think it would be, I don't think it's Ash.
It's impossible to identify the culprit with the information we found at the crime scene.
Is there something bothering you?
Based on the evidence we found at the scene, all the signs seem to point to Ash. But that's purely circumstantial.
Nonetheless, removing confidential files from the Administration Bureau, harboring a fugitive, simply unthinkable conduct for a supervisor.
Eustace.
I hereby permit the use of firearms. If you find Supervisor Shepard, your orders are to bring him into custody.
That concludes this private trial.
I like how the word private is said in a different tone.
Hal? Aren't you gonna go look for Ash?
Lily, let's go to the Bureau. We need to pay Elaine a visit.
Yeah.
If I go back in time now, I should be able to stop the culprit.
I can use Irie's gun to access the past and stop the culprit from killing her.
I found the energy pack. That's the only chance I'm going to get.
Right. Which I think we will do in the next video. I have no idea how long I've been recording for. But yeah, as far as saving Irie, we'll do that in the next video. So, if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, and if you're new, please subscribe, and also don't forget that bell, and feel free to comment down below. With all that said, thank you all for watching, have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.